Okay, so now we need to capture all the screenshots. So basically we installed Tekkit and we messed with the screen resizer. So here's kind of why we did that and why it was necessary. If you press E, it'll open up the crafting menu along with a bunch of other stuff. So all the items in the game are going to be over here, and the reason they're here is because of Tekkit. One of the add-ons is called Too Many Items or something like that, and it just puts all the items in the game, there are a lot, at your disposal. And this makes it really easy to capture screenshots of those specific items. So yeah, alright. And the next thing regarding the screen resizing is, like, if you look at this stuff, it doesn't look very good. If you make the screen even smaller, well, I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, so like, let's look at the gold ore. And we can look at the stuff below it too. So the gold ore and the wood. Like right now, as it stands, it's kind of ugly. And the reason it's ugly is because the window is small. And when the window is small, the items are small and the quality is poor. When you make the screen significantly larger, now they look better. And when you press Control or Alt and R, you increase the size of the window beyond the size of the screen. Then you end up with pretty decent looking things. So that's good. And that's why we went through this entire exercise. So in terms of taking the actual screenshots, you're going to basically do one thing first, and that is bury yourself in the ground. The reason we need to do that is because when you're editing these later and you're trying to make the background transparent, the simplest way to do that is just choose a specific color and then make it disappear. And the simplest way to make sure all these appear on top of one single color is to eliminate all light from the game. So right now it's already dark out, but during the day, or even right now, let's see, like you can see sort of like there's stars back here and they're moving, and when it's light there will be clouds and sky and grass, and it'll just kind of be a mess. So the thing you need to do, I know you can't really see very well, but you need to dig a hole, and you just need to go sit in it. So you move with WASD. So W is up, S is down, left and right. And then just use your mouse, left click, and go down. So now you're in a hole, but you can still see the sky. Now, while you were digging, you were collecting the dirt that you were getting rid of. So if you right-click above you, not on the sky, that won't work, but if you right-click above you on the wall, you've basically just encased yourself in dirt. But that means that even during day, like, there's almost no light. Like, you can kind of see a little bit going on there. So it's not a perfectly black background, but it's pretty close, and that's good. So now let's assume that we want to start capturing images of gold. So the first thing we would do is One, we would resize everything. So we press Control Alt R. We would drag this to be reasonably sized, and the goal here is to end up with images in the game that are 100 by 100 or very close to it. So my screen is like 1680 by something, or 1650, I don't know, it's in the 16s, and the magic resolution that puts everything about 100 by 100 is 2500 in width, and the same scale for height. So I think you said you had an 18-inch monitor. I don't know what resolution you're running, but you may just double the size of your screen. That's where I would start and just see how it goes. Okay, so now we have this massive window. If we want, we can close this. Probably should. We can go back to the game. We can press E. And the next thing is kind of weird, but it's fine. So we're going to go back and we're going to resize again, but we're not actually going to resize. We're going to drag. So you don't need to change anything, but if we want to capture gold, we want to go here and type gold. And when you type stuff here, all the items on the right change. So if we want gold ore, we'll type in gold ore, we'll move this, and then boom, we have images of gold ore. And if we want, let's say, diamond armor, I actually don't know if diamond armor exists. Maybe it's diamond chestplate. Chestplate? Well, we have some stuff. It's not what I was looking for, but it doesn't really matter. So, the long and the short of it is, when you want to take a picture of an image, first thing you're going to do is open up this window, drag this around such that you can type. Once you've entered enough to get the right images on the right, just slide it over here, and you can take your screenshot. So I don't really know how to take a screenshot of a specific area. You really just want to do like from here to there. But for the sake of this, I'll just take a screenshot of the entire screen. So now that that's done, you can go into Photoshop or whatever, and let's see. I don't really know what it's doing, but if you can, which I'm pretty sure you can, oh, maybe not. Okay, I thought it took a screenshot of our gigantic screen, but it really just took a screenshot of the part of the screen that was visible. So these images shouldn't be too big. Though it is going very slow, and I'm not sure why. This is the first time I've used Photoshop on this computer, so it may be having some first use issues. I mean, I guess it's probably ideal if you just capture a subsection of the screen. I don't know how your computer's going to respond to this, but mine's not doing great. So, anyway, here. Wow, this is really slow. Okay.
Okay. General slice of the image.
Alright, then we're going to want to create a new image. And we'll only do this once, but the goal is to create a single image that is 100 by 100.
Jeez, what is it doing? Alright.
Alright, so it's 100 by 100. Create that new image. We already copied this section. So now we have a 100 by 100 image. We paste in what we already have. Center it. Slowly. Okay. And as you can see, it almost fills up the 100 by 100 image, so that's good. Man, this is slow. So that's actually pretty good, I would say. So the size of all these icons is pretty much about as good as it's going to get. And the size of the icons, again, is dependent on how so this is good. This is where we want it to be. So the amount that we resized the Minecraft Screen is basically perfect. So go for something similar to this in terms of how big the item images are within a 100 by 100 block. So like 100 by 100 is the size that all the images will be. Just try and make sure that the actual visual part of the image comes as close to filling up the 100 by 100 space as possible. Alright, so let's see. So now I'm just going to make it a transparent GIF, which should hopefully be pretty easy. Most of these will go really smoothly. So like this one, smooth. As you like, I pick the background color, and I think it's good. Sometimes you'll encounter situations where like the dark color is also in the object, and in that case don't spend too much time. Like it's not worth it. I don't want you to have to spend like 15 minutes on an image trying to carve out little pieces. But in some cases, it will be beneficial for you to do something like, I don't know what image editor you're going to use. Photoshop, however, has something that I've used before. Though I think it's this. Yeah. So in some cases, if you can't make the background perfectly transparent by selecting a color and just making sure that everything disappears in the right way, like you can... Photoshop, what are you doing? No, I had it right the first time. I have no idea why Photoshop is being so slow, but it is. But yeah, so like sometimes it might be appropriate to do this. Select the inverse. And make things transparent that way. So, I mean, it's the same end result. It is more work. Sometimes it may be required, like for example, if, where's our thing? Come on. I'm trying to bring up the resizer. And it's not working. Though I have no idea why. Jesus. Alright, let's see if it works now. No. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. Huh. I see. I think I know what I was doing wrong. It's because I never closed it to begin with. And you generally don't want to close it to begin with. But for example, let's say you're here and then the thing's on top and you go to Photoshop. Oh, well, now that's on top. Hell, I don't know. I'm new here.
But I think this will all still be okay.
Because you can close that, which is fine. You can go back to the application, which is fine. You can open this again, which is fine. You can resize this and move it, which is fine. Okay. Alright, so this is still all fine, but I guess if you press the shortcut, Control-Alt-R, and it doesn't appear, it's because it's already open, and then you can Alt-Tab your way back. I was about to show you Obsidian.
Come on. There we go. So Obsidian is dark. It just is. There's really no way around it. And it's the type of thing where if you try and make this color transparent, you're probably going to take out a big chunk of the actual image. So let's actually go through and do this. So let's screen cap this with print screen. Let's go into Photoshop. Let's go here. Guess we can close this. Paste in that image. Oh, I don't think that pasted. Paste in that image. Okay, that went much quicker. That's good. Okay, good, good, good. Take this general area, do this, go into our thing over here. We already have it selected from before, which normally won't happen. Like, you won't run into situations where your stuff is already selected, but maybe you will. I don't know. So, oh, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But if you put this in the 100 by 100 block, you save for web. You choose the background color in order to make it transparent. And you may have to choose a couple different colors, but that actually worked out pretty well. I thought what would happen is like this color would be the same as the background color, such that when you change the background color magically, you have a bunch of holes. And that'll happen from time to time, and as long as it's not too bad, I don't care. But if an image looks like this and it's a cube and it's really easy to edit, then yeah, just click, 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 and then delete the background. So what's an item that would just be a chore to do? Let's see. What have I done in the past? Let's try a switcher or something. No. Maybe a signal something. Whoops. Yeah, that's sort of close. So yeah, I guess something like this, where you'd have to click, 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 click. That might be one where, like, if it has some holes in it, you just let it go, and it's okay. Or if you have something with a bunch of curves, or it's really advanced, or just something, then maybe let it go. Let's see how this actually plays out. Alright, so let's get rid of this selection. There we go. So I'm trying to paste in this new image.
Oh, what are you doing? There we go. In some cases, I know it's not centered right now, but when you copy the image, it's generally a good idea to grab more than you need, just to ensure that when you paste it, you don't end up with this situation where you center it and you still see the thing in the background. Good enough. Alright, let's see what happens when we do this. File, save for web. Whoops, didn't want to do that. That's actually pretty okay too. Alright, well, just use your best judgment. And yeah, don't spend too much time on any one image. If you run into any that are giving you trouble, just stop, skip it, excuse me, and just tell me, and I'll do it. Okay, so I'm actually going to pause it for a second, and I'm going to see if I can figure out how to grab only a portion of the screen instead of pressing print screen, because it seems that my computer can't handle this very well, and it's not very new. It's about 5 years old. I use Macs. This is a PC. But if I can save you some grief, then I'd like to do that. So I'm going to see if I can figure out how to take screenshots of only a portion, such that when I paste this into Photoshop, I don't have to paste entire screens repeatedly, which apparently is sucking up my memory and causing my computer to perform like crap. So BRB. Okay, so I found something that probably works a lot better in terms of just managing memory, computers, resources. So if you go into Minecraft, well, first of all, it's called the snipping tool. So I just typed in snipping, and it came up. So it's easy to find. It's bundled with Windows 7. Hopefully you have Windows 7 if you have Vista. There are other external tools that you can use to capture partial screenshots. But yeah, it seems to work a little better. So if you go into Minecraft, you want to capture something, click on New, select what you want. Process is actually reasonably fast. Copy it from the actually it may have already copied for you. I'm not sure. Oh, it did. How about that? So it automatically copied it for you, so you can just paste it into Photoshop, and it's actually, you know, not bogging down my computer ridiculously. So that's good. So basically the full process of capturing an image is this. You're in Minecraft, it's already scaled. you're going to want to move it around a little bit such that you can type in whatever you're looking for. So let's do stone sword. So stone sword comes up there, position it like such, get the snipping tool, do this, it'll copy it, take it into Photoshop or whatever you're using. If this is there, then close it, move around, center, make transparent, save. And when you save it, you'll select, you'll save it as a file name that's assigned to the item in my application. So let's say, for example, this was item number 105. So you'd save it as a GIF, you'd make sure it's transparent, then you just do, that, and then you're done. So, based on the last minute of whatever I just did, it moved fairly quickly. I understand the 45 minutes before that moved really, really, really slowly. But yeah, it's really not that bad once you just understand the simple process of doing it, and your computer behaves. That's an important aspect of it as well. So let's hope your computer behaves. So wood, sword, maybe it's a wooden sword. Yep. Snipping tool, create new, grab the thing, already copied, take it into Photoshop, close that, do this, move, save. It's already defaulted to the transparency that I assigned before. We could center this a little better, but it's fine. Save and 106. So yeah, that's that. That's the actual process. So hopefully that moves along as quickly as you assumed it would. It does take about a minute per image. And like I said, if you run into one which just won't cooperate in terms of having a clean, transparent background, then just skip it and let me know. Okay, so that was a lot. But I have no other way to explain it than just showing you. So hopefully everything makes sense. Hopefully everything cooperates. And I think the next step for me is to get you a list of the names and IDs of all the items. So while you're watching this, I will go ahead and do that. Okay, the end.